previous lecture we have solved example based on differentiability. In today's lecture we are going to start a chain rule, okay, in multivariable calculus. So all of we know that what is a composite function? Composite function in single variable. For one variable, if y is equal to f of x is the given function, and function of x, that is y is the function of x, and if x is a function of phi of t, then composite function is defined as y is equal to f of phi of t and its derivative is dy by dt is equal to dy by dx and dx by dt, or it is equal to f dash phi of t into phi dash of t. So in single variable we have find the composite function and derivative by using this formula. Now for example suppose y is equal to x e raised to x and x is equal to p square. Then what is here y is dy by dx is equal to dy by dt is equal to dy by dx and dx by dt. That is y is a function of x and x is a function of t. Then dy by dt is equal to dy by dx plus dx into dx by dt. So it is equal to e raised to x, and again derivative of t square is what? 2t. Derivative of t square is what? 2t. If you put here x is equal to t square, that is e raised to t square into 2t. You can directly verify this formula by finding a composite function. So what is the composite function? E raised to t square. If you put here x is equal to t square, then you will get y is equal to e raised to t square is a composite function of t. Then what is dy by dt? Dy by dt is equal to derivative of e raised to t square is e raised to t square, and again derivative of t square is what? 2t. So you can observe here that here we verified directly by finding composite function, and here we have applied chain rule. In both the cases we will get the same answer. So we obtain the same answer, but all these related to single variable, and today we are going to discuss how to find a composite function for two variable, and from that how to evaluate the derivative by using chain rule. So for example, now composite function for two variable. Composite function for two variable. Suppose z is equal to f of xy is a function of x and y, and if function of x and y, and if x is equal to phi of t and y is equal to psi of t, are function of t. X and y are function of t. Then composite function of t is can be found by using the formula z is equal to, in place of x put here phi of t, and in place of y put psi of t. This is what composite function of t. For example, if z is equal to x square plus y square and x is equal to sin t and y is equal to e raised to t. Y is equal to e raised to t. Here you can observe z is a function of x and y and x is a function of sin t and y is a function of e raised to t. That is a function of t. Then what is the z here? Z is equal to sin square t plus e raised to t bracket square means what? It is equal to sin square t plus e raised to 2t. So this is what a composite function of t. This is a composite function of t. So hope you understand how to find a composite function for multivariable cases. Now next, chain rule first. Chain rule first. Chain rule first. Now how to find a total derivative of composite function. So chain rule number first. If u is equal to f of xy, statement of chain rule number first, if u is equal to f of xy is a differentiable function of x and y is a differentiable function of x and y and x is equal to phi of t and x is equal to phi of t, y is equal to psi of t are differentiable function of t are differentiable function of t, then composite function u is equal to f of phi of t psi of t. Differentiable function of t is differentiable function of t and its total derivative can be obtained by using the formula du by dt is equal to du by delta u by delta x dx by dt plus delta u by delta y dy by dt. So what is given and what is our claim? So you can observe here that u is a function of x and y. U is a function of x and y, and x and y are a function of t. And here again what is given? U is a differentiable function of x and y. Means what? Its increment function can be written as in the form of ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 hk plus k epsilon 2 hk, where epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 tends to 0 as hk tends to 0, and a is what? First partial derivative with respect to x, and y is what? Partial derivative with respect to y. B is what? So u is a function of x and y, and x and y are the function of t. So here delta u by delta x, and here u is a function of x and y. So partial derivative delta u by delta x, delta u by delta y. But x and y are the function of t only. So dx by dt and dy by dt. So what is given? U is equal to f of xy is a differentiable function of x and y, and x is equal to given x is equal to phi of t and y is equal to psi of t. This implies delta x is equal to phi of t plus delta t minus phi of t, and delta y is equal to psi of t plus delta t minus psi of t, be the increment function, be the increment of x and y, if x and y corresponding to increment y corresponding increment delta t in t. So if delta t is an increment in t, then delta x and delta y, these are the increment in x and y respectively. So again, what is given? U is equal to f of xy. Since u is equal to f of xy is a differentiable function, of x and y. What this implies, our increment function delta u can be written as dA by u by dA x into delta x plus dA by u by dA y into delta y plus epsilon 1 delta x plus epsilon 2 delta x delta y. Okay, this is the definition of our differentiability, that is a delta x plus b delta y plus epsilon 1 delta x plus epsilon 2 delta y, where epsilon 1 tends to 0, epsilon 2 tends to 0, as delta x delta y tends to 0 0. Since u is a differentiable function of x and y, if we simplify this expression, we can write this equation as delta u is equal to dA by u by dA x plus epsilon 1, that is, we take delta x outside from these two terms, plus dA by u by dA y plus epsilon 2 delta y. So this is equation number 1. Okay, so as what is given, x and y are differentiable function of t. So what this implies, x and y are continuous function of t. That is, this implies delta x tends to 0 and delta y tends to 0 as delta t tends to 0. Also, limit delta t tends to 0, delta x divided by delta t is equal to dx by dt, and limit delta t tends to 0, dy delta y by delta t is equal to dy by dt. And therefore, if you divide this expression by delta t, and if you take the limit delta t tends to 0, then what happens here? Then, so divide this expression by t, divide 1 by delta t, we get delta u divided by delta t is equal to dA by u by dA x plus epsilon 1 into delta x by delta t plus dA by u by dA y plus epsilon 2 delta y by delta t. Now take the limit delta t tends to 0. Take the limit delta t tends to 0. What happened delta t tends to 0? This implies delta x, delta y tends to 0, 0. But as delta x, delta y tends to 0, 0 implies epsilon 1 tends to 0, epsilon 2 tends to 0. And what here we obtain du by dt is equal to del by u by del by x into dx by dt. Dx by dt. Okay. Similarly, plus del by u by del by y and dy by dt. And this is what we want to do here. So this is what total derivative of function u is equal to f of xy. For example, u is equal to u is equal to e raised to xy square, and x is equal to cos t, y is equal to sin t. Find the du by dt. What is du by dt? So here you can observe that u is a function of xy. U is a function of x and y, and x and y are a function of t. So chain rule number 1, that is u is a function of x and y, and x and y are a function of t. In chain rule number 2, we are going to see u is a function of x and y, and x and y is a function of q and v. So here, what is du by dt? Du by dt is equal to del by u by del by x dx by dt plus del by u by del by y dy by dt. So what is du by dt? Du by dt is equal to partial derivative of this term with respect to x. All of you know that when we take a partial derivative with respect to x, means what our y is constant. So its partial derivative is e raised to xy square, and again derivative of this term with respect to x is what? Y square into dx by dt. So what is dx by dt? Minus sin t. Plus again partial derivative of this term with respect to y. Again partial derivative with respect to exponential function is again same, that is e raised to x y square, and again derivative of xy square with respect to y is what? Twice xy, and dy by dt, which is what? Cos t. So if you simplify this, if you take this e raised to xy square outside, also you can take one y outside. What is left inside the bracket? You can take one y also outside. Inside the bracket, one y is left minus sin t plus here twice x cos t. So this is what? A total derivative of function u with respect to t. Take one more example. U is equal to x square plus x cube plus y cube, and x is equal to a cos t, y is equal to a sin t. Find du by dt, find the value of du by dt, and also verify result. How to verify result? By finding composite function. So what is given here? U is equal to x cube plus y cube. U is a function of x and y, and x and y are a function of t. So again chain rule number 1. So what is the du by dt? Du by dt is equal to del by u by del by x into dx by dt plus del by u by del by y into dy by dt. So du by dt is equal to del by u by del by x square into dx by dt minus a sin t. Derivative of cos t is what? Minus sin t plus del by u by del by y 3y square and dy by dt, which is what? A cos t. So if you simplify this, you can take 3 outside. So du by dt is equal to 3 times. Also you can take one a outside. So it is minus x square sin t plus y square cos t. Since we want to verify our result, in place of x again put a cos t and in place of y put a sin t. So we will get this thrice a minus of what is x square a square cos square t sin t plus what is y square a square sin square t cos t. So again if you simplify this, you will get du by dt is equal to, if you take a square outside and cos t sin t outside, then you will get thrice a cube cos t sin t is equal to cos t sin t. Put it outside, what is left inside the bracket? Here cos t minus cos t and here sin t. So this is what du by dt in terms of t. Here also, this is also final answer, but since we want to verify our result, we are going to write our du by dt total derivative in terms of t. So that's why we put again the value of x and y. So what is x? X is equal to a cos t, y is equal to a sin t. Now next, since we want to verify our result, we are going to obtain a composite function of u in terms of t. We are going to find a composite function of u in terms of t. So what is u? U is equal to x cube plus y cube. So what is u here? U is equal to a cube cos cube t plus a cube sin cube t. In place of x, if you put a cos t, in place of y, if you put a sin t, then you will get u is a composite function of t. This is the composite function of t. So what is the du by dt? Du by dt is equal to a cube as it is, derivative of this is 3 times cos square t and derivative of cos t is what? Minus sin t. Again this a cube as it is, here 3 sin square t into sin, derivative of sin t is what? Cos t. So if you simplify this, if you take this thrice a cube outside, sin t cos t outside, then what is left? Here minus cos t and here plus sin t. And from equation number 1 and 2, you can see again it is the same total derivative, but here we find this total derivative by using composite function, and here we applied the chain rule. So hope you understand.